name's Aaron Holly. I own Skydive Myrtle Beach, and the reason I was addressing the council is I just don't think that the council fully knew the whole story about what was going on and what happened. So it was laid out in front of them, and of course, the defense attorneys or the attorneys for the county stood up and said that this is all, we've all lost in court. Well, the reason we've lost in court is because we're in the local court system, and we're having a tough time because I feel that we're getting what's called down south as home baking. So now that we're out of the local court system, we're in the appeals court, I think we're going to have a little bit better shot. And the fact that the FAA now has come out with the determination that there have been no violations, and they have put it in writing on 2 separate occasions, I think that's really going to hurt their case. And in fact, their only case against us is procedural. They have no evidence against us, or they would have already shown the evidence and put us out of business in our first court appearance. So today there has been no evidence from their side. We do have these guys on transcript making false statements. We have our lease now which has been proven to be hidden. So we hope all this is going to come out sooner rather than later. Before the county council and propose the rules that they accused us of breaking in February 2014. They both admit on video that the rules had never existed and they need them quick for litigation. Mr. Lazarus even states in the video that he's been asking for these rules since 2002. Third reading happens in May 2014. Interesting, Ms. Boursier, who was present for the April and the May 2014 reading, states in a news article, October 23, 2015, by Amy Lippman, that the rules were passed in January 2015, when in fact the third reading was 2014. She also states there was a town hall meeting that happened in November of 2014. She knew all these were untrue, but still reported them to the press. She also stated that the county was saving lives by closing us down, when in fact Skydive Myrtle Beach is the only place in Horry County where death has not occurred. At this time, we still don't know these rules have been passed. In July, August of 2014, we were taken to magistrate's court and evicted for not having a lease, a paper copy of our lease, which we had requested many times in writing, but was never provided. In October 2014, Pat Apone held a meeting at the airport to introduce these new rules to us, which had already been passed in May 2014. We had no clue that these rules had been passed. Reason we had no clue that these rules had been passed is because there was no hearing, no notice or comment period for these rules. Clear violation of the state APA. At this meeting, there was actually a South Carolina state rep, which I have not named yet, who's at this meeting. She admitted with her department that these rules had never existed, that these were just proposed rules. All right? And she wanted to get our input. No other business owners were there. I objected to these rules in writing because they were merely written to put us out of business. In fact, after only 4 county violations, they could have put us banned us for life. All right? Important to note that we have received 0 county violations because they knew these rules were illegal and we couldn't enforce them in court. In November 2014, we find the original copy of our lease from the county's Boston attorneys in a supplementation of our federal complaint. And we also find out that these rules, in fact, had been passed in 2014 from their Boston attorneys in the same complaint. On court transcript, which you have in front of you, Mr. Horry, who is also named as a defendant in the case, stood up and actually gave testimony that we never had a lease. Now we have a lease. Still, no ordinance ticket from the county or the FAA has been produced at this time. Now we have letters going back and forth from the FAA, actually from the county to the FAA, stating that we have violated 91 safety rules. All right? The FAA actually writes the county and says, what are you doing about this? They actually state, you have rules, what are you doing to enforce these rules? The only hope to get out of a discrimination lawsuit is to claim safety. With the FAA, that's it. It's the only way to get out of a discrimination lawsuit. On 2 separate occasions, this is our last one right here, no violations exist. Is there a way to change this? There's the first one. There is no photo or video evidence which the county states that they gave to the FAA. The FAA has no evidence of any violation. All right, if we had actually committed a violation, there would be investigations from the NTSB through the FAA. There have been none. In fact, of the 112 safety allegations, number 86 in the table has been investigated by the FAA and found to be at no fault. To this day, there are no violations, and we wonder why our business remains closed. Thank you.